Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It's the weekend at Bernie's. Oh, wrong show. No. Today's Saturday, February 3rd, and my name is Eric, and we're not at Bernie's. So I thought today's show would be more lighthearted in a way. And kind of being true to yourself and true to others. And a little bit of everything else. Stay tuned. So, welcome back. If you don't know, my name is Eric, and we do a weekday show, Monday through Friday. And then on the weekends, I usually do like a weekend show for Saturday and something along the line of, the Sunday sermon for Sundays. But for the most part, we try to have fun, okay? We're going to have videos like it was yesterday that, when I can't get something out of my head, I feel like someone is telling me it needs to be heard by somebody. Somebody needs to hear this today. And so, there it is. I apologize to some of you guys that are like, what the hell, Because what a way to end the week, huh? But if it helped one person, then it was worth every effort I put into it. And I'm normally not a real personable person, but I mean, there's a lot of things that I keep private that I don't feel is anybody else's business, And there's certain aspects of your life that you're going to feel the same way, right? But let's start off by first, thank you for all the compliments on the tool organization videos. If you guys got other ideas to add to that, what I'm missing, shoot them in the comments. It's been a pleasure to do it. And it was what I needed. I needed a swift kick in the you-know-what to get me going. And as I was cursing Jason and Travis, about with the lighting, and then now seeing all the dirt and the grime so I may have mentioned already, it should be here today. I ordered another 10-pack of these LEDs. And they're going to basically go out there over the area, the 2 bays that Claude works out of. And I've already told him, with putting them out there, that means you're going to have to clean that area up. Things are slow right now, so why not let's concentrate on making the place look presentable. If we paint the walls white and the ceilings white, as I think Travis had said, that with the LEDs will really brighten the area and give you the ability to know and see what you're working on, which is safer, right? So I may be doing that this forenoon, is hanging up shop LED lights, because I do go into the shop on Fridays or on Saturdays till noon, but I'm usually there most of the day till it's time to get the cows fed. And most of the time on Sundays, I'm down there doing something. I can't be cooped up in my house, right? So yeah, if you guys can think of some other things, that would help us, please post it. Love your ideas, The one thing I've been trying to get pictured in my head is this bicycle wrap for trimmers. And I'm thinking, possibly why not build one, I was thinking about taking 2 pieces of pipe and elevating it off my work table that rolls around in the middle of my area, and then mounting something that I can strap down, not like a ratchet strap, but something that would lock it into place so that it can't turn. If you're doing the carburetor on it, or it's not going to work so well if you got to take all the plastic off to get the exhaust or something like that, because then it can be right in your way. But I got to think more on that one. So, being true to yourself and true to others, what does that mean? What does that exactly mean? It means we have our own truths, okay? And what we believe in. And what we believe. And how we normally believe things is we either see them, hear them, taste them, smell them, or feel them. Right? But yeah, I find that we're being told that we have to agree with stupid crap. And my feeling is, if you can't be truthful, just stop lying. Stop lying to other people. Stop lying to yourself. And you have to remain true to yourself. And what exactly do I mean by that? I gravitate towards people that are not afraid of mincing words. They just say it the way they see it. I know exactly where they stand, and I respect them for that. I may not totally agree with them all the time, but I respect them. That they're staying true to their beliefs. Growing up, my grandfather always said, every action has a reaction. And every action has a consequence or a pleasure, per se. And I feel this day and age that all my senses are being tested, and I'm being told that I have to believe something that I just totally do not believe in. People are afraid to speak. People are afraid to say what's on their mind. People are afraid that if they do say what's on their mind, that they may turn people off, that they may upset them. So where am I going with this? All right. So like the old saying goes, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, quacks like a duck, then it probably is a duck, right? That's the way it used to be. But now it could be some kid in the 5th grade identifying as a duck. And they want me to believe that this kid in the 5th grade is a duck. Because he identifies as a duck. All right, you're not a duck. I know what a duck looks like. You are far from being a duck. You are in my eyes, a misguided child that is allowing society and schools to raise you versus your own parents. If your name is Jeff and you're in the 5th grade and you're identifying as a duck, you're not a duck, Jeff. You are Jeff. You are important enough all by your lonesome self without trying to make me believe that you now are a duck. But most often the case is the way I look at things. As long as you're not infringing on me, you can be an a-hole for all you want. Knock yourself out. There's a lot of them out there. Oh God, I'm thinking it's probably going to get shadowed by YouTube, right? Because I know that kids are very succeptible to being coerced into doing things. Under peer pressure, you have this whole woke thing is going to need to stop, really, because they're trying to make you believe something that is totally untrue. They're trying to force it down our throats by saying, if you don't agree with us, we're going to attack you. Now, I have my own points of view, okay? And I'm not telling you that if you don't agree with what I'm saying, I'm going to attack you. Totally just the opposite. I'm going to say, let's agree to disagree. This is my beliefs, and you have your beliefs, and we're totally separate. And as long as I'm not infringing on you, and you're not infringing on me, we don't have problems. But I think it's all coming to a head. See, I don't believe in kids in high school that identify and are trans, that are biologically males, to be able to go into the girls' locker room or the girls' bathroom. I 100% disagree with them being allowed to do so. If that means you have to make an extra bathroom for unisex, you do it. But do not have my girls in school being exposed to someone that identifies as someone other than who they are. Because I think until you're 18, you don't know what you want and who you are. You're still trying to find that person. You don't need to go off the deep end to try to get attention. A lot of times just being yourself and being comfortable in your own skin. I know for some of you this may be offensive, but it's how I feel. See, I also feel that if you're under the age of 18 and you want to identify as a trans or anything else, the school should inform the parents. The kids should not be allowed to take any medications, hormones and all that stuff, or have any surgeries, or have any, well, it's their right. Bullshit, it's their right. My kid is my kid, and until they're 18 years of age, or 21 when I'm responsible for them, I want to know exactly what's going on with them. I do not believe in the schools trying to raise my child or my grandchild. If you are part of the school system, if you're a teacher, your job is not to raise our kids. Your job is to teach our kids the basics: reading, writing, arithmetic, maybe a foreign language, like I took 4 years of Spanish. You need to get out of this hole that you're in and believing all this crap that even you know not to be true. And spending your time pushing this over here while our kids are failing in everything else. See, that's on you too. If I go to a job and I know what my job is and I am unable to complete my job, or I am spending time doing something else other than my job, good chances are they're going to get rid of me. I know what my job is. Your job is to teach. Not to teach, sexual explicit things to young kids. Let kids be kids. Can't we? Why are we treating kids like adults? Why are we taking childhood away from these kids and forcing them to act like adults? And then not act like adults. Act like a duck. Or kids are always experimenting and trying this and trying that. And if a kid wants to be a duck today, good chances are they're going to be a dog tomorrow. Because they're experimenting. And that's learning. But it's not learning in the right direction. So yes, I have problems with teachers and schools, especially elementary and high schools, teaching sex education, teaching oral sex, and showing explicit pictures to kids. I know your argument's going to be, well, there's a lot of kids, young kids in the population, 12, 13, 14-year-olds, that become pregnant. All right? So why don't we teach abstinence? Why aren't we teaching that? That to save it for that person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, instead of with the football quarterback. We're not teaching that, but we're teaching everything else about sex. So what I'm getting at is, you parents have got to step up, and you got to start taking your rights back. And for you folks that are part of the school systems, whether you're a teacher, principal, vice principal, you guys need to really take a good look at the curriculum you have right now. And are you doing the job that we're paying you to do? I'll give you a hint. I own 5 properties in this town that I pay the school from each one of them. I don't have any kids in school, but what I do expect my monies to be used for is reading, writing, arithmetic, another language. We're seeing kids that come out and they can't even read or write. We have kids that don't even know how to do math. And we're falling further and further and further behind compared to the rest of the world. We've become a third world, basically, because teachers are not teaching the correct stuff. They're teaching crap. And the only way you're going to stop that is you're going to show up at school boards. You're going to go to parent-teacher nights instead of avoiding them. And you're going to let your school boards and your local schools that you're paying taxes to know and demand this is the way it's going to be. I am that child's parent. I need to be made aware of anything going on with that child while in school with you. Now, I know some of you are going to say, well, there's certain cases. If there's the case of where, and it's always been mandated for quite some time by the nursing staff and so forth, but if they feel that a child is being abused to home, then they need to contact, necessary departments, okay? And I've seen schools use that against parents that spoke up. Be careful what you throw, because it may get thrown right back at you. But I think by standing up and saying what is true in your heart and in your beliefs, and you're not out there lying about stuff. See, I would rather have you say nothing than start telling a lie. What you're going to find out is that by speaking the truth, you're going to find that there are a lot of people out there that can relate, feel the same way as you do. I'm saying right now, the general population is getting to the point of where they're unwilling to put up with this bullshit. In school, in sports, stealing, lying, cashless bail. It's coming to a head, folks. And it's time for us, the majority, to say, okay, you guys have had your fun. Enough's enough. Now grow up. That's the best way I can tell you, is you're not grown up yet. You're acting like a child. A child is one that gets defensive. And instead of listening to what you have to say, they convince a bunch of other people to attack you at the same time, instead of listening to what you had to say. But they damn well expect you to stand there and listen to what they have to say, because they feel they're right. And they're lying to themselves, and they know it. That's the best, is they know it. What about the gal that was heading up Black Lives Matter and using most of the proceeds to buy these beautiful homes for her and her family? They know it's a lie. They know the bullshit that they're putting out there is a lie, and they don't care because they're profiting from it. And some people, just getting the attention from it is enough. Well, what I'm saying today is, I may disagree with you and what you have to say, but I will listen. I will always listen. And we make it to that point of where we agree to disagree on what have you, okay? I'm okay with that. But don't expect me to believe something that isn't true. I'm telling you, folks, the truth is always what should be first and foremost in your life and in society's life. We need to hear the truth. So I'm going to start wrapping this up. I guess what I'm coming, the area that I'm coming from, or the direction I'm coming from, is that I don't feel that children have the capacity to make adult informed decisions. As you've heard on many of my videos, when I talk about wisdom is time you're here, the experiences you have while you're here, get you wisdom. And a child right up to their 18 years of age does not have enough time, experience, and wisdom to make a lot of informed decisions. They have to rely on who? Their parents. Because their parents have been around a lot longer, right? So they've had more time, more experience, and more wisdom and what's out there. And I'm tired of people robbing our kids the ability to be kids and to enjoy that time where they had the freedoms, where they aren't tied to where they have to go to work and start the grind. All I want them to be doing is socializing and learning the basics. Reading, writing, arithmetic, English, social studies, history. I want kids to enjoy sucking in all this knowledge. And I want it to be, in a fair way. It's not, this is what it is, no ifs, ands, or buts. Because I want my child to make their own conclusions on stuff, whether they're right or they're wrong. Most often the case, the way most parents teach is by example. So I'm going to end it here. Hopefully YouTube doesn't nab me, put me in YouTube jail. But it is what it is, folks. And I think that most will find if people start talking the truth and how they really believe, that a lot of people are going to find it refreshing. And if you're on the other side, that, you really need to take a good look at your thought process and how you determine that a kid can be a duck when and you're looking at it is Jeff in the 5th grade. On that note, we'll catch you tomorrow, probably for the Sunday sermon, probably repenting what I've said today. Not a chance.